Welcome to Invest. We talk about investing, finance, and professional development. It's the record time of 11:49 a.m. on Eastern Time on Sunday, May 14th. Hope you guys have a great Mother's Day, and apologies for missing. I would say across the last 2 weeks so far, I've been traveling quite significantly. Just with my work trip and my work engagements, I've been pretty much all over the world. Starting from New York, I went on to Los Angeles for a conference and subsequently went back to New York for one day. And then for the last week and a half so far, I've been in Hong Kong and Macau to attend respective conferences as well. So I just came back yesterday night and just in time for Mother's Day. But with respect to the crypto side of the equation, I would say across the spectrum on the macro perspective, it's been relatively flat, trading around the same level so far, as per our last discussion. And with respect to the technical front, let's take a look at it, shall we, without wasting more time. So right now, you can see that on a macro perspective, this seems to be a relatively bearish pattern. Looking at the reverse head and shoulders, you can see that the 2143 level is the head. The secondary shoulder is forming or has been formed on April 5th, which is not too long ago, about a month and a half ago. And you are clearly seeing that we have also formed a secondary shoulder at the level that approximates 1985. And ever since then, we've been kind of gliding on a sideways fashion, just levitating in between. And the level that we need to get up to above would be 1850, which you can see that clearly we are below it by $25, approximating the 1750, right? Which you can see that we clearly touched it. So now what is the foreshadow dynamics that we should see, for Ethereum going forward, is that you could see that clearly we were about to form a golden cross at one point on May 5th. And you can see that as we got there, we got kind of a false signal, and subsequent to that, we reversed back down, and now we are at a relatively low level, 45 out of 70 on the RSI's front. Take a look at the weekly just to triangulate what's going on, right? It seems that we are closing in onto forming some sort of a death cross coming up at 54 out of 70. So what this is telling us is that the weekly is a bearish signal as we are further progressing on the head and shoulder pattern that we have already discussed. That near term, despite it is relatively bullish on a daily, weekly is kind of mitigating it, translating to the fact that 1750 or seeing lower to 1700 again would be impossibility, knowing the fact that we do need to kind of cross down before we cross up, which is something we've been waiting for a long time, since August of last year. So we need to cross down before we cross up, and at the same time we are at a relatively optimal level, like mid-level, not too high, not too low, like 50 out of 70, which is just at a moderate level of resistance that we are at right now. So what that means again, right? Daily is bullish, weekly is bearish. So weekly overpowers daily, which translates that we should see some short-term, lower level before we run up from here. But across the spectrum on a monthly, it is quite bullish. You could see that we have a mega golden cross that was about to be formed, but again, much later down the road, right? Sometimes around September, October of this year. On the Bitcoin side of the equation, let's just wait for this box to get away. I would say the macro catalysts are quite comparable. With respect to monthly, it is still looking to form a golden cross with the 49 out of 70 on the weekly. On the weekly is about to form a mega death cross, so at the 55 out of 70, but weekly is showing opposition. We could see that at the 40 out of 70, it is looking like we are looking to see a lower level. With this reverse head and shoulder, you could see a head and shoulder pattern. So 31,000 was the head. The first shoulder was somewhere around at the 29,500, secondary shoulder as well. So now we're kind of lingering in between, right? But seeing lower level, like ideally breaking down to 25,000 to 3,500 would not be a big surprise to us. Okay. So let's take a look at the equity side to see what's going on. You could see that we are still kind of treading water. Daily looks like, we are still kind of muted, not doing much. Weekly still needs to cross down before it cross up, but this is a bullish pattern, right? You could see that we are forming a reverse head and shoulder. So that indicates that as we get over this hump, we will get over and form this new bullish pattern coming up. Knowing the fact that the monthly, it is waiting on for us to further elevate from here. So bull market should be happening somewhere around the corner. Again, right, October 2023 of this year would not be a big surprise to us. 2024, I do foresee some sort of a positive sentiment across the spectrum, psychologically, but also as we get over the interest rate highs and all the macro catalysts that we've been experiencing so far, which has been quite messy. But as we get over those and sort those out, we should ideally see some positive signals ahead. 2024 should be, beginning on a rough note, but I think I wouldn't be surprised if we see, some sort of a bull market beginning around that timing, knowing the fact that we've been in this bear market for the last 2.5-3 years so far, right? Okay. So appreciate you for joining me again. It's a relatively shorter one, and thank you for catching up with me again. Today's Mother's Day, so I'm going to spend some time with my family. But hope you guys also have a good one, and thank you for your patience. And I'm feeling a little bit jet lagged, so apologies for my low energy, but I will try to stay in touch. But let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to follow on my Patreon. For further signals and buy, sell, hold indicators as well. Appreciate you. Have a good day, and check you on the next one. Take care.